Hello my friends, welcome back. I'm Chisco Gaming, and in today's video, sponsored by the makers of Whiteout Survival, it's time to push to FC6. In fact, it's time to push to FC7. I'm doing it all in one go. Now, I'm going to make a detailed video that really breaks down the process by which you push FC level and the choices you make. I had never done it before, and it was honestly kind of difficult to find the detailed coaching and information I was looking for and really understand it. And that's probably a little bit on me. And once I've actually done this, I'm going to give better advice on how to do it. So that advice will come later, and maybe I'll update the card in the end screen with that later on. But we need to push. And you may be sitting here like, Chisco, you've already got VP. Go, 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 go. What are you doing? And the reason I'm not pushing like crazy is that I'm about to do a bunch of building upgrades. Building upgrades, you want to have a couple other things going at the same time. You want to have your pet buff running, which is only going to run 5 minutes, okay? And you also want to have your chief order going, which is going to be 5 minutes. That's double time. So yeah, I'm going to rush, but not this second, because I only need 5 minutes, okay? Then I'm going to speed a lot of stuff up. Now, as I go about doing this, and I checked in, by the way, with someone who hit FC8. Gosh bless. They had a lot of fire crystals. They planned accordingly. They got there. But I checked in with Fox. I was like, dang, you pushed FC8 in one go. Now, keep in mind, we only had 2 weeks leading up to this SVS. We got the ability to get FC8, and we only had a 2-week window to actually, get there. Okay. And there's a bottleneck. We're going to talk about it in just a second. But I talked with Fox Valley Rain. He said, hey, Chisco, look, when I pushed, a couple things to keep in mind. We talked about it. Some of that I've already shared with you. But the other thing that he did is he waited for auto helps to roll in. Because now that you can get auto helps from, one of the supplies over here, it is kind of reasonable. Okay. In the, here it is. It's kind of reasonable. I think it's in here. Auto hunting and auto help feature, right? To wait for people to auto help you for whatever the upgrade is, and then boom, speed it up. Now, 5 minutes is not much time. Now, thankfully, I don't have to push all that much. My goal is to get higher FC troops. I will make a detailed video talking about the higher tier of troops. And it's not really a higher tier, it's the higher FC level of troops soon enough, okay? But I want to get higher troops. Now, as it turns out, there are many buildings in your city that, when you upgrade them, do in fact go to up to FC8, like for example, the War Academy. But as it turns out, you don't actually need to upgrade every building. So I'm going to do whatever the game tells me I have to do in order to do upgrades, rather than upgrade all my buildings evenly. So I'm just going to try to do the least amount possible to get my camps leveled up so that I can get the higher tier of troops. Okay. Now, part of the reason that that's the case is that the critical resource is refined fire crystals. This, let me tell you, this is a bottleneck, and I will make, again, a very detailed video talking about this. But the big picture of the refined fire crystals is that you have a chance to get some number of them every time you spend fire crystals. The amount of fire crystals you spend to do a pull is going to go up every time. And the probabilities of what you get is going to change. But the big picture is, the more pulls you do in a week period, I think more fire crystals you're paying per refined fire crystal that you get. So the more you have to do this, these super refinements in a week, the worse your conversion rate, as I understand it, of fire crystals to refined fire crystals. Now, with that said, you can see here that there are different tiers. Those tiers are at 20, 40, 60, 80. Technically, I guess it's 81, but whatever. And I think you might be limited to 100 of these in any week. I don't actually know. I think you might be limited to 100. But the point that I'm making is that the strategy here is you decide what tier you're going to go to. Then you go to the very start of the next tier. And every day at the start of the day, you get 150% off refinement, or super refinement, as it turns out. So you want to do 20 of these, and then Your 21st, you do on the next day, okay, and it's 50% off. And so basically you get to either you do 20 or you do 40, you do 60 or you do 80. And then for the rest of the week, you take the higher tier, more expensive one at 50% off. That's the sort of strategy I've seen for this. Okay. So this week I went all the way to 80. I went to 60 last week. And I didn't think I could get to FC7 troops, which I mentioned in a video. But then I sort of realized, actually, you know, I probably can pull this off because as it turns out, I don't have to upgrade everything. I can just focus on the camps. So that is going to be the game plan. Okay. Now you can see I got to about 319 of these bad boys in total, which is technically not enough, although I've already done 2 upgrades. So I've already committed like 20, and I know I'm going to get more of these over the course of the week. So my game plan is that I'm not going to get every troop today, but I hope, in case I blundered, as long as I didn't blunder, I should be able to get 2 troop types today and work toward a 3rd. Hopefully I don't blunder. Hopefully I got it right. And that's why I'm making a detailed video later with all the details after I've got a little more experience with it and I've seen it with my own eyes on exactly how to go about doing that. Now, like I said, I got plenty of time with this title. Okay. I got my position reservation at, what was it? Like 30 past the hour. It's been 10 minutes past the hour. So I'm chilling. I got another 20 minutes on title here. Okay. And I only need 5 minutes. Okay. The other thing to keep in mind is, and this is honestly a happy accident for me, that I happen to have this title during a bear trap. And you may think, why do you care about that, Chiscool? Well, if I am waiting for auto helps, doing it during a bear trap when theoretically more people will be online is kind of a win. If I really want to min-max, I do it during the more active bear trap, but I also am playing that bear trap. So it's a little, it's a little sus, but not that sus. Like if you really want to get the helps through, that's the absolute best time, but only like one person in your alliance can do that for whatever it's worth. So like, yeah, no, it is what it is. Now I can't surrender the title and have it to go to anybody else faster, I think, or even if I could, it messes up the predictability of it. And so that's a problem. So I get the full 30 minutes of the title. So I'm not screwing over anybody else. I just want to be really, really like established here. Like, this is fine. What I'm doing is okay. It's not rude. I think. So I think now it is time though to pop buffs and do this thing. For what it's worth, we're in SVS prep now. The statewide buff is active. I have the title for the 10% extra construction speed. And also it is prep day 1. Okay. Prep day 1. We are winning prep W, but it's just phase 1 and day 1 ain't over. So take it with a grain of salt. Okay. Take it with a grain of salt. Hopefully we get there. Refined fire crystal usage, big. Using fire crystals, big. I think I have enough fire crystals to do what I need to do. If for some reason I don't, I can panic, go to Cassia's Wish House, go to the shop. I have currency saved up. I can just slam out 3,000 FCs if I need them. I don't think I do, as long as I just stick to the necessary things. Okay. Now you can see their bear trap's about to start. So I think I can pretty much go for it at this point, and I'm probably going to be okay. There was, I think, one other thing I wanted to share, and now I'm forgetting what it was. So I'm going to feel silly and probably come up with this later. What one other thing did I want to share? Shoot, I feel like it was kind of important. Oh, yes, it was. So if you were doing building upgrades, and this has been the case for me, where you're trying to squeeze it all into a tiny time frame, one thing to keep in mind is that the 10% buff from Vice President is nice, but you know what's better, okay, is the double time 20% buff. Okay, you know what's better if your pets upgrade, the 15% buff. So if I had to, and I didn't finish all my upgrades, I could on another day pop the pet buffs, okay, and do it without the state buff. And it sucks to do it without the state buff, but I can have the title. I can have everything except the 10% state buff. And that's going to be better because we're talking about 35% of building speed coming from the pet, the 15, and the 20 from the order. So I think that's the better play. The other thing to keep in mind, now that experts are here, huzzah experts, absolute W experts, okay? I like experts, actually. I'm really enjoying aspects of this system. But you want to make sure that this is maxed. This is kind of crazy Good project management is a precursor to efficient construction. Agnes speeds up construction by 8 hours on every new build. Hello? Oh my God. 8 hours of free speed ups? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm in. Hello, hello. Now look, I don't know how much the helps are going to fly in because this is the not popular bear trap for us. We have like 45 to 55 people, I think, participate in the other bear trap. And far fewer on this one. So I don't know what this is going to look like for helps coming through, but I'll have the helps come through, and it is what it is. I'm going to speed up what's already in progress since there's not really a reason for me to leave this cooking anymore. I'm going to hit don't show this again today. That is very important. So we're going to blast through the speed ups fast. Because it's Halloween, I get candy for this too, which is crazy. So I think, I'll do decently in the peculiar flavored candy Halloween event, but I think it is now time. It is time to do the thing. Are you ready? We pop the buffs, we slam the upgrades. Okay. This is what it's going to be. Here we go. Yeah, we do it. I mean, here we are. There is one building I think I am going to need to upgrade when I do the furnace. I just can't remember what it is, so we're going to figure it out. I think it's like 10 RFCs to do this. Yeah, it is 10. It is 10. And there is an FC cost, and it's going to be non-trivial. Oh, I knew there was one additional thing. I did already open all the resources theoretically that I will need for this operation. So I already have resources open to get to my desired push. It's a lot of resources. It ain't nothing, but hey, you got to do what you got to do to get the W. So here we go. Buff time, baby. Are you ready? Hi. Okay, Chief's house. Double time. Enact. Back out. Pet. Go. Upgrade time. Upgrade. Help. We wait for the helps to come through. All right, it's 15, 16. It is what it is. Not that many people online. 18. Probably could get more helps, but it just is what it is. We got bigger fish to fry. We slam it. Auto helps were 15, 16, 17. We speed it. We just don't have time. Upgrade. Slam it. Here we go, baby. Here we freaking go. Auto helps come to. I told you this bear trap's not as popular. I am surprised that there's so few people with auto help, but whatever it be, what it be, it is what it is. Now, to upgrade again, I need to do the marksman camp and the embassy. So let's get the embassy going. Let's get the marksman camp going. And I can bounce back and forth between them. Embassy. Upgrade. Marksman camp. Upgrade. Upgrade. By cycling between them like this, I guess I get a couple helps that come through. That's a way to do this, I guess. Marksman camp. Okay. Upgrade. Speed. Okay, here we go, baby. Here we go. Here we freaking go. Now, these buildings, funny enough, are such a small amount of speed ups that, like, if you did this, some of these buildings are such a small amount of speed ups that if you did this, like, I don't know, call me crazy. Okay, there we're FC6 over there. Now we upgrade over here. We're going to 7. We are going to 7. How much time do I have left? 3 minutes. Okay, we're kind of chilling. What was I trying to basically say here? I'm getting a lot more helps. I should have waited a couple more minutes before I started this, but whatever, it's fine. Okay. Oh yeah, what I was trying to say is that those camps, if I had to upgrade those outside of the big buff window, waiting for helps could actually, like, be about the same. Like, I'm not waiting for helps, but if I was just waiting for helps, it could be the same amount of value as I'm getting from just, like, rushing it. Do you see what I mean? Like, the helps, the 35% is nice from being all buffed up. Technically, it's 45% if you include the title, but you'd also make the argument that, like, probably could just slow roll those, and it might be better. And maybe I will actually do that. Funny enough, I might actually do that. To be determined. It's more fun if I just speed it up, baby. Speed it up. Okay. So we go to FC7 here, and I get to pick, I think, just 2 units to take to 7 for now. And the third I will have to do later, I think. Speed it up. Upgrade. Here we go, baby. Helps come in. There's the 20 for the auto help. Speed it up. Okay, looking good. Now, I don't want to upgrade that anymore. I want to get my troops up. So I want my infantry to go to 7. And unfortunately, it is actually the lancers I want to get to 7. So I'm going to slam on these. The marksmen I'm going to leave at 6 for now. Those auto helps come fast. You love to see it. Okay. And then we slam these upgrades, okay? Now, would be kind of clever to spend more time looking at the costs and talking about that, but there's plenty of places that have some of that information, and I will be presenting that to you later on as well in a different video in greater depth. So we will get there. Okay, we are at 6. Now we go to 7, baby. And the amount of speed ups here, like I said, I'm missing out on 30 helps. That's a couple hours of speeds every time. We could notice the difference when the buffs wear off. And I think that is going to happen. Okay, we're almost there. Whoa. I believe that, by the way, the last upgrade is a higher amount of RFC. So the final one here is, yeah, 13. It is more. It is more. That is a true statement, Cheesy. Okay. So we get those down, and now I want to speed up 1, and we are 7 on the infantry, and now I'm going to push over here. Oh, the buffs wore off. GG. GG. The buffs wore off. And with helps, it was, maybe I got that one in time. It's hard to say. But either way, I have the big buff here, only a little bit longer. So the other camp, I will finish off, I guess, tomorrow. And that's fine because day 2 of prep, I can still get value there. Because on day 2, we know that I refined fire crystals, yeah. And fire crystals and fire crystal shards. We're still chilling on the next day. Now, am I chilling on fire crystal count? 2,000. I'm gonna get there. Okay. With more weeks, I could have easily gotten to FC8 camps, I think. Let's get a look here to upgrade this to the next tier. I would have needed the Lancer camp and the embassy. Yeah, the embassy alone, I think this would have been achievable. Like FC8, had I had more FC available and I'd been very aggressive in 1 week, I would have had to have been very aggressive. I mean, the price is only going up. I probably would have needed to push like to 100 on the first week and then like 80 like I did on the second week. I did 60 and 80. And that just would have been, I mean, I think Fox said it was like 30,000 fire crystals or something insane just to get the camps. And I don't think he even finished all the camps. I could be wrong. He might have. I'm not sure. Either way, it doesn't really matter. These 2 buildings I do want to speed up. So the reason I want to speed these up, by the way, is that every minute these are ticking. I can't train troops. Like I can't train right now. Can I? Wait, can I train? Oh, I can train. Just kidding. I guess I don't have to speed them up. I forgot about that. I've played so many games where that's not the case. It's crazy. Wow, I can train troops. Wait, let me just confirm this. That's crazy. Hey, yo, I can do this. Nope. No, I can't. Cannot train while promoting the Lancer camp. Okay, my guidance was correct. So I want to speed this up. Speed ups in this instance are like double duty. Not only do I finish the building faster, but then I can train troops. So if I wait 20 hours, that's 20 hours I'm not training troops. So speeding this up makes my training speed up, or sorry, makes my building speed up also operate like a training speed up. Because that whole time now I passively am training instead of not training. So buildings where you have a queue like this, I think there's a lot of value to just speed it up. We speed this up. And I did gain a little chonkaroo of power here. Oh, baby. All infantry's upgraded. Let's go. So I'm going to queue these up. Oh, baby. All Lancers upgraded. Absolute W. Your boy Cheese is in the FC7 club. And I'll work on this marksman camp tomorrow. I'm going to need a few more RFC anyways. I'm not quite going to get there. So I'll buff up. I'll title up. I'll do this all over again. Mañana. Cool. That is very hype. Let's cue that up. Okay. So we did pretty good there. Feel good about the outcomes. I don't think there's anything else I could have done differently, but definitely let me know in the comments. Like I said, the more popular bear time, I mean, I would have had 50 auto helps on everything. So definitely would have saved some hours. But good news is that I still get prep points based on minutes spent for whatever that's worth. I mean, I obviously would prefer to save speed ups, and oh my God, I got like 10,000 candies out of that. Hey, yo, we good, Cheesy? 10,000 candies? Wait, hold up. Wait a minute. I'm still 26th over here, which is really kind of annoying. Like, some number of these people are definitely spending things above and beyond gems and keys, which is what I did, just gems and keys. And I did spend a little bit of stamina on the what is it, the third day, whatever it was, because I wanted to, I guess it was the second day. I did spend a little bit of stamina because I always want to make sure I get the max candies from Beast, bro, but I did get there, so yeah, I'll have to figure that one out. We'll see what we end up doing there. But I feel pretty good about this outcome overall. So there you go. Your boy Cheese now hitting FC7. Right next to Paco Johnson over here, who unlocked his globe last night, which is pretty cool. Little state update. Anything else that I've got for this vid? How did my prep score change? I'm rank 18 for prep. Your boy Cheese up here prepping. And, you know, I get credit for spending the minutes of speed ups, which is a nice consolation prize for the inefficiencies. You know, when you're inefficient, it's like, well, at least I got more prep points. How many speeds do I have? Building speeds? Am I chilling? I think I'm chilling. Yeah, 73 days, bro. I am big chilling. So I think the game plan from here, right, is I finish off my other FC7 troop this prep, and then I get ready to do an FC8 troop push for the next SVS. That's the game plan, right? I think that is a pretty good game plan. And then I'm going to speed up a bunch of research, I think, at this point. Definitely let me know. Like, I got to prep my research day a little bit. So let me know what you think I should do. Where do you think my research should go for research day, which is tomorrow? Where should we do that in here? Let me know your thoughts. We're going to do a bunch of research. I have the speeds, and finally I have the steel. It's not that I didn't have steel before, but let me know which battle tech I should prioritize, and if you think I should do some economic tech. I think economy can still wait. I think I'm probably okay. How did my resource count work out? I had more resources. Yeah, I did not use as many resources as I thought I would. I still need to do some upgrades, though, so I forget what this marksman camp costs to upgrade, but I did not use all the resources I thought I would, but I also opened a little bit of excess as cushion, so that's a little bit on me, okay? Cool. I think that covers it. Feeling like a W of an outcome there. But again, let me know your thoughts in the comments. Oh yeah, regarding, I'm not really going to do much, any fire crystal to fire crystal shard conversion anymore. So this research that I'll do, I'm not really speeding it up. I don't need a lot of steel for it. I will speed up some of it before this fight we're about to have. But I have 2.2 million steel, so I can use a fair amount of steel here, finally, in just the regular research. So let me know what to research, okay? Until next time, you have fun smashing your enemies. Take care, everybody.